What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Boots Boswell, with the bottom line. Listen, I came across this troubling story, and I said, let me bring it to the community because y'all need to hear about this. I came across a trial about a guy that went by the name of Nature Boy. He 40 years old now, so he was younger in his 30s and whatever when he had this cult following, and he took advantage of a lot of people, even women and men. It's unbelievable how he manipulated people to do what he wanted them to do, and then made them have essays, against their will, even some of the guys, women, everybody had to have engagement with him, the females, that is. According to information on the internet on Yahoo, an accused cult leader has been found guilty on all counts, including rape. The jury began deliberating Elagio Bishop's case Thursday evening after attorneys presented closing arguments. Bishop, known as Nature Boy online, was sentenced to life without parole. He has 30 days to file an appeal. Investigators have accused him of leading a cult known as Carbon Nation, raping a member when she tried to leave in 2022, and posting revenge porn online after she left. My goodness. Thursday morning, the trial was delayed because Bishop said he was concerned Judge Stacey Hadrick was spreading COVID. On Friday, court came in with a verdict. He wants to be present for his own trial, but he doesn't want his own health at issue, says defense attorney Rob Booker. It's unbelievable what this man did. It's just, you got to pay attention to your loved ones. He manipulated a lot of young people and young women that were looking for belonging, wanted to be accepted, and also he was able to manipulate them through the religious aspect. You have to keep an eye on your kids and loved ones, because there are some very manipulative people out here that are very convincing. It happens every day. These cases are not unique, and this guy just really took advantage and turned some people's lives upside down. Make sure you keep watching it. The judge speaks out about his sentencing, and it's just eye-opening how mental illness shows up in so many different ways. We have to continuously talk about these things. I want everybody to stay safe. And how you do that is you become educated. People like this Nature Boy look for those that are vulnerable, and they just come in and turn your life upside down. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Trial of a now convicted cult leader and rapist. Just minutes ago, a jury found him guilty on all counts. Channel 2's Tom Regan, live for us now at the DeKalb County Courthouse with the latest. Tom?
Yeah, George, that defendant, 41-year-old Elagio Bishop, was accused of running a sex cult and raping a former follower when she tried to leave back in March of 2022. He was also accused of posting sexually explicit pictures of the victim online without her consent. Well, after deliberating for about 7 hours today, the jury returned its verdicts. Judge Stacey Hadrick read those verdicts in the last hour. Let's listen in.
Count one, how does the jury find? Count one is rape. Guilty. And count two, false imprisonment. Guilty. Count three, prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions. Guilty. Count four, prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions. Guilty. And count five, prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions. Guilty.
Bishop, who was not in the courtroom to hear the verdict, he was sitting in a separate jail courtroom because he was concerned about getting COVID. Court employee contracted COVID earlier this week, and he was worried he was going to spread He did not take the witness stand in this trial, but the jury heard from a police interrogation that was conducted following his arrest. He vehemently denied raping this woman or denying her her ability to leave the cult. Sentencing of the defendant is expected perhaps in the next hour, and he could receive a life sentence in prison. Live at the DeKalb County Courthouse, Indicator Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
A disturbing testimony out of the alleged cult leader rape trial in DeKalb County. Today we heard testimony from former followers and a police recording from the defendant himself. Channel 2's Audrey Washington's live outside DeKalb County Superior Court. And Audrey, the alleged leader denies the allegations against him.
Right, and he told investigators in a police recording that he's, quote, a ladies' man and that the allegations are false. But an ex-follower who took the stand here inside court earlier today told a much different story.
We couldn't use the bathroom. We had to use the bathroom a certain way.
Former members of the alleged DeKalb County cult Carbon Nation took the stand on Monday. We agreed not to show the faces of those members who are considered victims in the case, but they described how they believed they were sexually, mentally, and emotionally controlled by alleged cult leader Eligio Bishop, otherwise known as Nature Boy.
Women couldn't wear shirts at one point in time, so we started putting leaves on our nipples. Every woman had to have sex with Nature Boy, or have some type of sexual fantasy with him. And a lot of times when that would happen, it would be forced.
Bishop is accused of raping a former member and sharing sexually explicit content on social media. But inside court, the judge allowed a police recording of Bishop speaking with investigators after his 2022 arrest. In that recording, the 40-year-old denied all the allegations leveled against him.
Why would I rape a girl? I'm a ladies' man. I got like 5, 6 women. Why am I rape a girl for? They come to me.
Why would anybody accuse you of that?
Because they mad at me.
Last week, current followers of Bishop showed their support.
A man is being locked up for something that did not happen, and it's unfair.
But one of the ex-followers maintained on the stand that all of the women in the group were sexually exploited.
Every woman had to have sex with Nature Boy, or have some type of sexual fantasy with him.
Now, trial is expected to resume tomorrow morning.
You know, I would have been inclined to exercise some discretion had Mr. Bishop shown any remorse, guilt, or regret throughout this process. And I saw nothing during the trial but for him laughing and cutting up and looking shocked and surprised at all of the testimony. Mr. Bishop, you're a master manipulator and probably the classic definition of a narcissist that I've ever seen. You took advantage of these folks who were essentially lost souls, looking for some guidance, looking for some connection, or looking for some comfort. And you were able to fill a void for them for some reason. But in the process, you completely took advantage of them and have caused potentially, I hope not, but potentially irreparable harm. I hope that all of the victims will be able at some point in time to recover from this and to find some type of peace in their lives. And maybe the verdict will help in that regard. But I hope you all are able to move on at some point and find some peace, whatever that is for you. So with that, I am going to follow the recommendation of the state in this case. On the rape, he'll be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, followed by 10 years consecutive for the false imprisonment. And on the internet porn, count 3, 12 months to serve, concurrent to the false imprisonment. The internet porn, I'll run concurrent to the false imprisonment. Internet, 5 years. So it's 12 months on count 3, 5 years on count 4, and 5 years on count 5. All of that will run concurrent to the false imprisonment. But the false imprisonment is consecutive. So it's life without parole plus 10 years. And hopefully he will never be able to take advantage of anybody else again.
Judge, can you be sure to go over his post-conviction rights with him as well as his...
Yes.
I was just going to put those on the... And Judge, before, I know there were certain conditions, obviously with the way the law currently exists in the court sentence, the defendant will not be out. Just in case the law changes in the future, we would ask that the conditions of no contact with any of the victims and that the defendant may not profit financially in any way off of the facts that led to this case.
All right, Mr. Bishop, you're to have absolutely no contact, direct or indirect. That means sending any of your followers to contact them, getting any messages to them, no posting, no internet posting about them. No contact, direct or indirect. No phone calls, emails, no nothing. No visits to their homes. Nothing, 0. They don't exist anymore. And you are not to profit in any fashion from the crimes that you have committed. So no book deals for you, no movie rights, nothing. And also with respect to your appellate rights, let's see, you have 30 days, I believe, from today to file a motion for a new trial.
That's correct, Judge, and I'll get him a boilerplate motion for a new trial file once the sentence is filed.
He has 30 days from the date of his sentencing, which is today, to file a notice of appeal or a motion for a new trial to preserve his direct appeal rights. He also has 4 years from the time that his conviction becomes final to apply for a petition for a writ of habeas corpus. Generally, a conviction is final when all direct appeal rights have expired.
Okay.
And he has 1 year on the misdemeanor.
Right. That's right. The one count was misdemeanor.